Right. Cool, I'm live. Hoping my lights are on. Oh, hell. What do we got watch? We got a thumbs up. Alright. So good morning. When I see some comments start to scroll up, I'll start to spew my opinions and thoughts. Okay, good morning, Somerset, UK. Alright, good morning. Welcome to Ag Talk in the Raw, where I talk raw about agriculture and other things that are on my mind. Okay, so today I am on my way to get some parts for the Heston 4910 Baler. First large parts order. I'm getting them from a company out here called Zimmerman Farm Service out in Bath, Pennsylvania. They are, you know, I don't really like Carl Zimmerman's personality and attitude and his slippery snake-like way of doing business, but he does have good price on parts, and he just, yeah, I don't know. If you have something, it's worth nothing. If he has something, it's worth a lot, as far as buying used equipment and stuff like that, or even, well, new equipment's not so bad. I guess if you buy new equipment from him, he just doesn't want to give you anything for yours. And I did kind of catch him on a fake website that he had designed with prices of balers and other pieces of equipment that are out in the world. The prices were literally half of what they were actually worth, and that kind of turned my stomach a little bit. But that's just what I saw, and was like blown away, because I tried to go to the site that he was pointing out. It was Fastline Publications, and everything that he had on there was just, I couldn't even find the same balers and prices. But that's just business. If you could fool somebody, then you're good to go. But anyways, that's just the end of what I'm going to say about that. Anyhow, I am just leaving now. I fell off of that baler last night, bruised my arm, my left foot, my right chin, and right here on my my arm. The big, I guess you would call that a bicep. So that's all right. I'll be okay. It did hurt. I got to the top of the ladder, and my right foot or left foot, whatever foot, slipped off of one of the rungs, and I didn't stop until I got to the bottom, and there was nothing I could do to stop myself. I actually, when I came down, I bent the breather with my right arm. I bent the breather on the hydraulic ram that compresses the bale on the bale chamber. Right. So yeah, that's what I did. Oh, painful, painful, painful. Well, it's my baler. I mean, the hay business is mine. Timothy works. He has his own hay to deliver, and he works diligently. Yes, he will be running that baler. Probably both him and Joseph will be running that baler, and possibly even my father. I'd like to see my dad actually run it, to be quite honest with you, because this bridge sucks. Anyway, my dad used to run the old New Holland BB models, and oh, there you guys go. I'm trying to get across a one-lane bridge, and my wrist. Anyways, thank you, people. Anyway, I'd like to see my dad run it a little bit. I think he'd do okay, because it's a much slower baler than what the Krone is, and he's never ran the Krone because it's so complicated. Everything is fingertip control with the Krone. With the Heston, you're still flying by the seat of your pants with that one. You just it takes a little bit of skill and mindset to do it. It's not all, you don't have to go through 4 or 5 different programs, and to get what you need. You have to go through 3 or 4 programs, or 4 or 5 programs, to get the adjustments made that you need to adjust. And if you're out there watching this, and you want to come see me out at Carl Zimmerman's, I will be out there in about an hour and 45 minutes, hour and a half. That's where I'm going to be at. So don't bother me while I'm at the counter. Wait till I come outside, that kind of thing. And I'm going to be checking out the balers that they have out front because there's some modifications that I'm going to do to my 4x4, and they're going to be needed. I'm going to need to do those to, I need to see what they've done to theirs and get it, get it ironed out. So, but that's just what it is. So let's talk about the weather. Everybody wants to hear about the weather, I think. The weather here in the Northeast is just disgusting. It's hot. It's humid. It rains every other day. Yeah, Teresa and William are doing great. Thanks for asking. They're doing awesome. William may be sprung from jail today, which means when I'm done with this parts run, I may be going, and I think we're pretty okay with what we're going to have him sleeping in the beginning. As far as a crib is concerned, we don't need a crib, but there's a couple of baby showers that were scheduled for the 18th of this month, and there was one, my parents, or my mom, and my parents, my grandparents, they were going to have one, a family one, and that didn't work out because it was going to be this Saturday. She gave birth on a Thursday, and it was supposed to be on a Saturday. So, yeah, that didn't happen. And then the 18th, the one that's supposed to be on the 18th, I believe that's supposed to be happening tomorrow. And today is the 17th, which I think it is. So, yeah. There's a bit of, so anyway, before I get off topic here and start reading these silly comments that I have, and they're not silly, they're all good, valid questions and stuff, but I just want everybody to know that is watching this and is wondering, like so many YouTube channels in the past, am I going to abandon the abandon the normal content and turn it into a family channel that just focuses around William, Teresa, and myself? Well, the answer to that is no. My channel, One Lonely Farmer channel, is not going to change one bit. This channel is not going to change one bit. The only thing that's going to change is the occasional baby shot. I really don't want to have William all over the internet, and Teresa is not, she doesn't really want William all over the internet, because really he's a baby, and it's not. It'll be nice to see him show up in the field, and it'll be nice to see her, maybe running a hay rake with him on the floor there of the tractor and a little car carrier thing. But that's it. I'm not gonna go. There's several different YouTubers that I have watched over the years. And the minute they have a kid, you might think it's Romper Room, if you're old enough to know what Romper Room was. But yeah, it goes from interesting content and to the baby channel where we watch babies suck on a non-nutritive sucking device. Fuck that shit. You know what? People came to this channel and the other channel to see me do what I do, and I'm going to continue to do that. If for some stupid reason I decide to post photos or videos of things that I'm doing with William, and me and Teresa are doing with William, then we'll make another channel for that, which maybe I'll be the next Shay Tards. I don't think so. Shay Carl. You ever watch, anybody out here used to watch Shay Carl when he was interesting? Shay Carl was interesting at one time when he was new he had the family. They were kind of off to the side. They weren't off to the side. They were front and center, but in his world, they were front and center. But now it has just become this goofy lie on the internet. Yeah, I probably did broke up a bit. Just give me a minute. I'm driving along the Delaware River. Right along the Delaware River, where George Washington crossed. I'm only north of that about 30 miles. Yep. There's a very large lot of history up in this area of the world. Holy fuck, there's a stoplight in the middle of the road. Did you watch Stuart Saunders using the same baler in his favorite? Yes, I did. Yeah, I mean, these Heston balers, I've always said, If I'm ever going to buy a Heston Baler, it's going to be an older Heston Baler. I think I would have preferred a 3x4 Heston Baler of this genre, but my neighbor up there, he's like, oh, you want the Heston 1 ton? That is, and it popped up. People like the complete picture, and you provide that. For example, not like other fun. Well, yeah, of course. I will continue to show everything that I've been showing with an occasional cameo of William. Because I just don't. There's some weird motherfuckers out there. If you didn't know, I mean, there are some weird motherfuckers, and I have some weird motherfuckers show up at the farm too. And I'm not too. If you're watching this and you think you're weird, then you know you're weird. And you've been to the farm, and I've been uncomfortable around you because I'm like, shit. I wish I had my pistol on me, because there's been 2 so far that I've been a little bit like, If you ask to come back sometime and I say, sure, no problem, you can come back anytime you want, that means you're not a weirdo. If you ask me to come back at some point and I say, well, I'm really kind of a busy guy and I reserve this, just like a one-time thing, and it'd be great to meet you again somewhere else, then that means you were the weirdo. And there's been 2 that I've said that to because they're just off the charts fucked up. I mean, off the charts. Yes, you do have to deal with it. You're right. And mark my words, I never, ever thought that, and I haven't talked about the weather yet. I never thought that being an electronic celebrity or an celebrity or YouTube celebrity. I'm probably going to lose you up here a little bit, but I'm going to come back to it in a little bit. But I never thought that it would. I never thought that it would happen. For one thing, who the hell wants to watch this foul-mouthed farmer from New Jersey? Who gives a shit about farming, really? Well, I guess I have 115,000 people that give a shit about my farming channel and the life that I lead and the things that I do and my family. And you don't know it all, though. This is one thing. The One and Only Farmer channel. Maybe. Am I able to reconnect? Yes, it worked. Cool. Sorry about that. Nice corn I'm passing here too. It's working now, though, isn't it? I am back. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. 99.9% of my audience is phenomenal. They're supportive. Our Wyoming life, those guys got like a, holy shit, there was a guy that, I'm not asking for money. Don't get me wrong here. Those guys had super chats. One guy gave $250 in super chats. Last week, they did, or a week or so ago, maybe it was before William was born, somebody donated $250. $250. And YouTube takes like 35% of that. You donate $250, and then somebody else $50, $90. It was crazy the amount of money that they were donated. They were donated, what, 1,400 and change in one live stream? I don't want that. Don't, please, not that I wouldn't take it. Obviously, somebody gives me money, I'll take it. But you're really just supporting Google and YouTube. Those cocksuckers take like 35% of, look at the sunrise behind me. But take like 35% of the money that you donate. It's crazy. It is all right. It's 45%. It's nuts. It is really nuts. So there's better ways to donate money. Just go to the PayPal account and plop it in there if you want. That's the way. That's the better way to go. Oh, he is. He is just a sweetheart. That little guy. He's a good little guy. The baby next door to us, she cries constantly, just every time I go in there, I want to just get my ears out, and I'm pretty well deaf. Oh, it is 35%. Okay, yeah, it seemed like an awful lot. They had 13. It was 13. Oh, you know what? It might be 45%. I don't know. either 35 or 45. It's a shit ton of money. I mean, half of 14 is 700, right? 7 7's 14. So, you know, if they had 1,300 some dollars, I'll bet it's more like 45%, but it could be 35%. Yeah, I'm probably breaking up. Give me a break. I'm up on this. I'm up in the middle of no place, you know. Um, yeah. So let's talk about the weather while Mr. Roboto. Remember that song? I can't remember I can't remember the beginning of. Boy, there's a nice Corvette. Joe was looking for a Corvette. How does Tim feel about his new brother? I don't know. You know, I think Timothy he doesn't give a shit about much. You know, I love my sons dearly. I love my daughter too. They're you know, they're my children. Um, doesn't much matter what they think or feel because William is here. Um, they're a part of. He's my son. He's their half brother, obviously. At 46 years old, I never ever ever expected to be having more children. When Joseph was born, I was pretty much done. I was married and happy, and life was good. And my PayPal info? Yeah, I don't know. It, no, I guess I could put that at the bottom of these videos or whatever if people actually wanted to donate money. I mean, when you donate money, you want the full amount to go to the person you're donating to, correct? You know, and PayPal it's pennies. You know, if it was a $10 donation, they would take 8 cents or 80 cents. It's something silly like that, which is okay. I'm British. Let's talk about the weather. Okay, so the weather sucks. It sucks. There's no good thing to say about this weather. All right, so for the last 2 weeks, let's see, William was born on Thursday. Thursday morning. Thursday. Oh wow, look at that old Chevy. No, that's a Doge. No, that looks like it's a Dodge. That's a Dodge 1963 Impala two-door turned into the Dojelac, but it's a big long flatbed. Boy, what a nice truck. Anyway, I'm sidetracked. The weather. Uh, we mowed hay last Thursday while I was in the hospital after Teresa gave birth. Great, right? The it's still there. It's still there. We tested it out. Thank God Joe broke the John Deere mower. It was nothing really super big. It was just a couple of bearings in one of the towers. A bolt loosened up. The bearings got loose and it took them out, and that was the end of that. You know, that's like the first time that mower has ever let me down. The first time. So anyhow, we pulled the whatever the hell that is, that hub out of there, or that shaft with the bearings in it. I had another one in another gearbox, and we replaced it. Bada bing, bada boom, we're done. So that's it's back functioning again. But I'm not mowing anything until I get it done. So this weather, we had 4 days of sun in the forecast, and then they took 2 away. So yesterday and today, we got a slight chance of showers this morning. I'm going to send one of the boys down, or possibly both of them. I've got both tedders. Both of my tedders are rape. That doesn't sound good. Anyway, both tedders are functioning now, so I may send them both down to ted this grass up out of the ground and see if I can get it dry by this afternoon so I can get through and bale what's there to bale. But there is standing water on hillsides. That's how much rain we've had. And, wow, that's the first time I've ever seen anything planted there. And the deer have eaten the tops off the soybeans. It looks like a bunch of stalks out there. No leaves. So I know that there's good weather around the country for growing corn and soybeans like there is here. I know anybody that's got corn and beans here. Um, which tractor cab did it happen in? Well, you know, a woman knows her body like a man knows the back of his hand. You know, they do. and she can, if you were, if you knew Teresa well enough and you asked her where she felt that it happened, she would tell you. And no, it wasn't in a tractor cab, not at all. It had something to do with church, but and that's no lie. It had something to do with church. Wow. So we call him our little angel, and he is. He's a sweet little boy. I mean, oh yes, William was planned 100%. Me and her, yeah. In church, not in church. It wasn't in church. It had something to do with church, though. Anyway, the William was 100% planned. Me and Teresa met in 2009. All right, that's when she came into the country, and I think I've said this story that she was married. She was married to somebody else, and she found out that he was a real weirdo. It's one of those 90-day fiance things, which she would never recommend. She would never recommend. If you are looking for a foreign girl or a foreign guy, and you are, or if you're, and you really truly want to marry this person that you met from another country, I strongly suggest you do not say yes to the marriage proposal until you have been around this person in a major way for a while. So yeah. Anyway, so I met her in 2009. She was divorced in, I think she was divorced by 2013. I don't know because we weren't together. We reconnected again in 2015, obviously, fall of 2015, and possibly, when did we decide we wanted to have a child? 15, 16. We went over to the Philippines in 2016. Me and her did. I had been spring of 2015. I was there, and 2016, me and her went, and 2017 we went again, and that was pretty much when we decided that we would like to have a baby. She's like, I'm not getting any younger, Wesley. And no, we are not married. We were supposed to be married the day that William was born. Yeah, that was the planned date. We were actually, let's see, was it Thursday or maybe it was Tuesday? I don't even fucking know. But I spoke to the mayor. It was just going to be a mayoral wedding, and yeah, that's it. You showing how hard he was able to find. It's funny to see. I can't even. Anyway, I've been dating my New Zealand girlfriend for a year now, going to see her family in January. Wish me luck. Yes, I do wish you luck. Now listen, this is the time. Don't go there and say, "Oh, we've known each other for a year," and jump right in the sack. It's going to be hard. Do not go jumping in the sack with this girl right away, or boyfriend, whatever. Whatever. You said girlfriend. Don't go jumping in the sack right away. Take your time. She'll appreciate it, unless she's like this horny girl that wants to fuck, fuck, fuck. But you're just gonna have to take your time and get to know her a little bit, and know her family, talk to her friends, and do not lie to this girl. Teresa was lied to repetitively about number one in her book is finances. She said, and she told me this, and it's just number one. He lied about his finances. He told her that he had, he was oh shit, there's a cop. I don't even know if I'm speeding or not. I don't think I am. I think it's 45 here, right? It is, no, 30. Fuck me running. I'm going almost 40. Anyways, we'll see if he pulls my ass over. I'm not able to read all these as they go by. But he lied to her about his finances, and about what he made, and about what what he had and where he was living and all this other stuff. Yeah, the address is on my website. You look hard enough, it is there. The website is actually up and going again, so just so you know. So anyway, it was lied to, and when you lie to somebody and then they find out how severely you were lied to, kills a relationship. I mean, if you're married somewhere and you're not divorced and you neglect to tell her, that could be a problem. But if you're gonna go to New Zealand and check out this girl, and maybe somehow you really need to talk to her friends. Her friends will be a wealth of information over her family, because her family, if she's an asshole, and trust me, families have it will they know when you're an asshole. Trust me. I have a sister that I could guarantee you would qualify as the largest pucker hole this side of the Mississippi River. So yeah, family members will cover it up just to get rid of her. So she gets out of the country. Oh yeah, she's going to the United States. That's great. We don't have to deal with her anymore. Let that poor bastard deal with her. That kind of thing. Yeah, it could be tough. But no, not for nothing. You really want to talk to her friends, find out her financial situations, because you really don't want to go down, get married to a girl that's got more debt than the whole United States does to China. You don't want that. What's Tim up to today? Timothy had a really rough day yesterday. He's sleeping right now. As a matter of fact, the kid didn't even eat supper when he went to bed. And that kid, he could smell a buffet from 100 miles away. So, yeah. Yeah, that's just the way that works. Now I'm getting on Route 78. I got Smoky Pokey Bear right here in front of me, and I'm going to zip around his ass. And we're going to take her up to 90, and we'll be able to get there pretty quickly. The old Ford is running like a top. Yes, I am making a Baler parts run. Yeah, I got about $2,000 in parts to pick up today. The major part is the power takeoff shaft. The front power takeoff shaft was robbed from the Baler, and that's it. I'm going out to Zimmerman Farm Service in Bath. I think it's Bethel. Maybe it's Bethel. Whatever. It's out there. So if you're anywhere near there and you want to come out and shake my hand, don't shake too hard, because I fell off the Baler last night and really bruised the fuck out of my forearm. It is sore. My pinky isn't functioning too well. How many miles on her? 164,379.2. That's how many miles. Yeah, I just had to get another Baler. I just had to. There's no. No. This is a 5.4. This is a 2010 model. I love this truck. That's why I don't part with it. I really love this truck. It's comfortable. It's reliable. I am excited that Cody's coming back, because I miss the kid. He's my oldest sister's son, and I was glad that he was going off to. I actually encouraged him to go off and do what he was, to do this. I really wanted him to. He wasn't sure about doing it. I was like, just go do it. So you don't have regrets. You get out there and you hate it, you come back. You get out there and you love it, you stay out there. You live your life, and your family can grow. That's it. 5.4 motor, 3-valve. He is my best employee. Have you had a spark plug issue with the 5.4? No. No, I changed the spark plugs a long time ago. That spark plug issue is more for the late 90s trucks. The late 90s, 5.4 Tritons. They were this tiny little bastard, and you would blow the porcelain out the end if you didn't maintain them enough. This truck is actually due for another spark from around 100,000 miles, and I don't know how much money I want to put into it. I'm actually considering a new pickup truck here, and I'm not going to buy a fancy pants one. I'm just going to buy a decent one. I love the Ford Explorer. I had one of them when I was with Margie years ago. I crashed her car, and she needed a newer car anyway. She needed a bigger car. She loved it. I loved it too. They were just great. Oh, it's a V8, 5.4 V8. Yeah, actually, I would. I'm going to buy another F-150. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah. Well, good night if you're getting ready for bed. Morning from Texas. So anyway, I never did talk about. See that ball of fire behind me? I think this is the last chance that I've got to get the hay baled that I mowed last. That we had mowed last Thursday. I had three machines in the field: a Hydra Swing, the Case, and the John Deere. The Case and the Hydra Swing did more than the John Deere did because, well, we had a little issue, and it's fixed. It's ready to go back together again. I'd never buy a diesel again. Never. I don't think you could pay me enough money to buy a diesel pickup truck. Forget it. Just not. It just. Thanks for the congratulations, by the way. Just not going to do it. So, anyways, we got this slight chance of rain and stuff. I don't know. We're going to see if I can get it failed. I'm probably just going to send somebody down there with a rake, maybe a tedder and a rake to get it tedded because it's growing up through it. I mean, this hay is growing at such a phenomenal rate. It's not even funny. And when I do get done, I got mushroom compost that's going to be going onto these fields at the rate of 5 tons to the acre. So, yeah, I've got this ginormous shit spreader that's on its way up here tomorrow. There will be a video on that. Mother Nature's an asshole this year. She's just a raging asshole. If you got corn and beans out, I think you're even having problems. You know, in my experience with growing corn, not beans so much, but in growing corn, if you get a wet year, oh yeah, a car trailer. You guys are talking about car trailers on the 41 Ford. Well, right now I just don't have time for it. But in a wet year, your test weights on corn will be lighter than if you had a dry year. So you can go out into a field and count your rows, your rows around and the length of the rows. What do you need? Like I like to see 18 to 20 row corn. I had a Garst variety one time at 24 rows on those ears. They were like that. They're like an elephant cock, and they were long. They had, if I'm correct, I think they had like, I don't even know how many kernels long. It might have been 60 kernels long. They were huge, 200 plus bushel corn. It was awesome. They were fighting to get in the combine head. And I can't wait to do that again. I'm so excited I'm going to be growing corn again next year. I am so excited. I'm looking at a 6-row or an 8-row corn planter, and either a 6 or an 8. Obviously, if I buy an 8-row corn planter, I'm going to buy an 8-row head because my combine will handle an 8-row head. And I don't really want to put that much, through it at the time, but I'm gonna get the narrow rows. Obviously, 6-row narrow, 6-row narrow is probably what I'll end up with. And New Holland heads out in the West, those 6-row headers, they're a dime a dozen. You can get them anywhere from $2,000 to $8,000 bucks. And corn planters, same thing. I'm just gonna buy the cheapest corn planter I can buy. 8-row toolbar, 6-row toolbar, and I'm going to revamp it to the more modern row units. So finger pickups with precision planting and heat and seed firmers and liquid starter applicators, and that's what we're going to do. Put some 3912 in the row with it, with the mushroom compost, and you are going to see some corn grow like a son of a bitch. So, yeah, do you still have the 4-row? Yeah, I've got the 4-row planter. I'll probably be selling the 4-row corn planter because I'll probably be selling the 4-row corn planter. I will not be doing no, I'm not going to get a silo planter. I'm not going to use those. I'm going to use finger pickups. I've had good luck with finger pickups, good singulation with precision planting meters, and, we're just going to rock it out. We're going to get this stuff in. And we're gonna run it. I'm thinking of Liberty seed varieties, Liberty Link, if I can, still get that. I have been out of the corn growing business now for a couple of years, 4 years so far, which I miss it terrible. The grain bin is going to have the lower section of it replaced. There's 3 bands that are in rough shape at the bottom, so I'm going to put 4 new bands in it and a false floor. So, do I have plans to keep the deer out? Yes. 34,000 plant population, or even, 34,000 plant population, and a wicked sick fertilizer program, I should be able to outgrow them. See, deer are lazy. They don't like to go into the rows. If you're at 16 to 20,000 plant population on 38-inch rows, you're going to have deer problems. What the hell did I run? 32,000. Was I running 32,000? I think I was running 30. Maybe it was only 28,000, 28,000 with the 4-row. I can't remember now. But my plant population was pretty up there. They don't like going through the rows like that. And a deer is literally only about 8 inches wide. So if you take an 8-inch wide deer, they'll force their way through, 5 or 6-inch row plant spacing, which they'll do it all day, every day. So they get into the interior of the field. So if I go 30-inch rows with, say, a 32,000, 34,000 plant population and fertilize the ever-loving piss out of it through the mushroom soil and the other, the starter fertilizers that I have, well, I got a Honda coming up my ass at 80 miles an hour, and he's trying to pass. You watch this asshole pass me on the right and hit that car. Tim's going to run the Heston and Baler. Tim or Joe or both of them. I'm not putting Grant in charge of that thing. I'm just going to, no, that's not happening. I do need to pick up some poly. I'm going to poly line the floor in the Baler. I know it's itchy. I'm going to poly line it because it just needs to be lined in order to take the damper, heavier hay into the bale chamber better. Now, there are some things that you can do to these balers to really, smack the guts, make them big and strong, and better balers than what they really are. That's what that's about. What head is on the combine now for corn? It's a 974 4-row corn head. That's what I've got. I'm going to buy another 974 because I got a bunch of parts for the 974 corn head. I may either sell my 4-row or keep my 4-row. William's fine. You can pray for him all you want. He's never had an issue other than he came early and his placenta that he was that was supposed to be feeding him, it was sick. According to the doctor, it just wasn't a very good placenta for him. So, he had to come out, and her blood pressure went through. Her blood pressure spiked 178 over 133. Man, when I saw that number, I was like, oh my God, I could probably lose this girl. Thought she was going to have a stroke, but she came out of it just fine. They put her on blood pressure medication for about 2 days, and then bada bing, bada boom, she's back to normal. And she doesn't even look like she had a baby. That's the crazy thing about this girl. She's like a rubber band. Woo! Right back. Just like she walked out of the hospital in a pair of blue jeans. She's a size O. She's tiny. She's a size O. And she walked out of the hospital in a pair of blue jeans that she wore before she got pregnant. That's something, huh? That's something. Not having another baby. We are one and done. I'm 46 years old. I want to be able to spend, I'm 46 years old. When I'm 66, that child will be 20. So when I'm 66, the child will be 20. William will be 20. And, if he survives that long, you never know in this world. There's people that have good kids and they get in a car wreck and they die, or, worse things happen to them, kidnapped, murder, shit like that. There's fucked up people. I'm not gonna chase him out of the house at 66. Teresa's 11 years younger than me. She'll be 55. I'll just give her the cattle shocker and let her go to town. She's a pretty tough girl. You don't want to piss her off. Greetings, Germany. Yeah. So, anyway, so what I was talking about in growing corn, I'm really excited about it. I just can't wait to get everything together, get everything going, and we will be in corn production. I am possibly, depending on the amount of acreage that I can snipe, because I'm going to be an asshole. Yes, I'm going to be an asshole. I'm going to try and pick up between 200 and 400 acres of new ground to put corn in. Yeah, between 200 and 400 acres. Now, if I get 200 acres, I'm just going to bale corn stalks after the corn. If I get 400 acres, I'm going to buy a cob separator, and I'm going to get the cobs out of it, and so I'll have grain, cob, and I'm going to have stalks. So there will be three products coming off of those fields. God, that sun is bright. I'm not saying howdy. So my plans are. I'm gonna get the cob separator. I'll put it on the combine. We'll separate the cobs, and that'll be a good thing. I may end up with a John Deere combine to do this with. I doubt it, but I'm pretty sure that I can put the. You don't bale cobs. No, the cobs go into like a Richard Dunn. Oh, come on, you fucking idiot from Ohio. Move your stupid ass. All right, fine. You hear that engine winding up? And we're off. There's 100. Gotta love the speed, baby. Gotta love the speed. This is where the cops will get you, though. This cocksuckers hide in here. I'm just trying to get to where I'm going in an orderly fashion, but these people have different plans for me. Wow, you finally woke up. I'm in your neck of the woods, Pennsylvania. So, yeah. One of these days I'm going to come out and meet you, Mr. Farmall Fanatic. You seem like an interesting dude. Wow, it's like chickweed up on the hill. So I just got back in my room. He ate the whole thing, burp, poop. Now he's asleep. So that was my update from Miss Teresa. So anyway, you don't bale cobs. You blow them. They actually come out of the back of the combine into a trailed dump wagon, or even an unloading wagon, silage unloading wagon, which I'm not sure whether I'm going to go with like a Miller silage wagon and do that. Put a backup camera on the combine and grab them with the Bergman speed hitches and things. And Bergman speed hitches. If you don't use them, you should. And if you think they're too expensive, I was talking to a guy down at the composter the other day, and he's like, "Yeah, we don't get out of the tractor to hook things up. We built our own speed hitches, our own hitches so we back up, and they're hydraulically latches on them." And I told him, I said, "Listen, that's crazy. I hate to tell you this," I said, "but when you build something, you become liable for the worst that can happen to you. So even if you like bought a Bergman speed hitch and you decided, hey, you know what, I don't need to buy the other half of this. I'll just build it, which is great. Sounds good and all. Don't do that shit. Yeah, fodder is awesome. Corn fodder. I swore I'd never bale corn fodder again, but with this Heston baler, I'm gonna bale corn fodder. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna windrow it with the John Deere windrower, and then I'm going to shred it again with the brush hog because they want it chewed up pretty good, and then of course it'll dry out pretty quickly, and then I'll rake it and bale it, and we're good to go. You just have to watch your pressures with that stuff. If it's wet, you can have a nightmare. You can actually destroy your baler with it. So, and I've baled it before. Them speed hitches were the best thing since sliced bread. They were awesome, and I love them. We're running them. My father, he's like so much more productive with the speed hitches than he's ever been before. Why not another Krone? Because I listen. I'm not gonna disclose the deal with this Baler, but I'm not going to disclose the deal with the Baler. But the price difference between this Baler and a Krone Baler is big, big. Even if I bought a used used Krone Baler that is of the same age as that has been, yeah, I couldn't come close. You know, those Heston 1 tons or 4x4 balers, they are. Oh, I will. When the deal is done, when everything is done, and you know the thing is bailing. See, I got to repair this thing. This thing's been sitting for 5 years. I've already got a couple of $100 into it without even picking up parts from the from the dealership. Now I'm looking at about $2,300 right now. So $2,300 in repair parts plus all my time that I'm going to have into it. By the time I'm done, if I was the dealer, I'd have $5,000 into this thing, just fixing little things that are wrong with it, and we don't even know if it's going to work. I don't even have a bail chute. I don't have a bail chute because there's an accumulator that goes on the back of that thing. So I'm going to be welding up a bail chute for this baler. There's just some. That's what I'm going to do. It's what I have to do. It's no big deal. I mean, honestly, it isn't a big deal to build a bail chute for it. It's just, okay, time to build a bail chute, you know, or buy one. I don't know what they cost if I had to buy one, but how much did I pay for the bail? Well, see, that's the whole thing. And I said I'm not going to disclose what the deal is. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense right at this moment because, you know, it just doesn't. I'm happy that I'm able to get it, fix it up, and do what I'm going to do to it. And, you know, YouTube, I used to say I could pay for it with YouTube money, but YouTube has decided that, oh, you want to buy the 4910? I'm not selling it. I need it. That's why I bought it. So the price isn't set in stone. How's that sound? I have the baler. I'm fixing the baler. I'm going to use the baler, but the price has not yet been determined. There, you got it out of me. So I know what it should be worth. Let's put it this way. I know what it would be worth if it came to me and it was 100% functioning. Right now, I'm figuring what the price will be. By the time I'm done, I'm sure I'm going to squeak out a good $3,000 worth of parts, and it's fucking raining. The sun is shining, and my window's getting wet. Unreal. Until you see this guy. Oh, you're not going to be able to see the guy behind me. He ain't got his windshield wipers on yet, but it's coming. So I'm sure by the time it's done, if I put my labor into it, I'll probably have $6,000 worth of work and labor into the damn thing. And I do have there's a couple little nickel and dime shit and things like, and I don't even know the automatic grease gun. I plugged it in, it worked, pumped grease, and then all of a sudden the fucking thing shut off. So I got to pull that thing out of there today and see if I can figure out what the major malfunction is. I think it's just water in it, not in the grease, but in the gun. The pump's not working, so I don't know. It's weird. So